All right, welcome back. You're watching the Woman Wednesday edition of Liquid Lunch. Wicked show today. And I am going to break some news today that you are going to hear first right here. And then, we'll see what media outlets pick it up. I hope some of the big ones like Newsmax and Fox News are willing to expose the lies being told to the public through all these other publications. But there's a lot to know, there's a lot to talk about. But the one thing is this is not about Max Pub. This is not at all about John Tobacco or Liquid Lunch. This is about small business owners nationwide standing up for what's right. And what's right is let us open our businesses. Stop telling us that you know better than us. So right here in America, in Staten Island, New York, I believe Staten Island, New York is the outcast of New York City and a good representation of most of the heartland, because we got a lot of good, hardworking, middle-class folks here, all colors, all shapes, all sizes, all religions. And because Danny Keats spoke up, what happens next when you have a mob boss, like I call him Don Cuomo Leone, and we all know his brother Fredo, so they already operate like a crime family. And then you got Mayor Warren Wilhelm right here in New York. He wants to have people arrested in Staten Island for trying to feed their family. But when his daughter gets arrested in New York City, when violence breaks out during a supposedly peaceful protest in New York City, no charges. No charges brought. They were peaceful. They were protesting. All these guys were doing was peacefully protesting until Wilhelm and Don Cuomo Leone sent their henchmen down here and started all kinds of trouble for us. Now, for those of you just tuning into Liquid Lunch, thank you and welcome. I'm John Tobacco. On Liquid Lunch, we serve you every single day, noon to 2 Eastern, the news with the booze. And I've been doing this show for almost 2 years, saying it like it is, calling it like I see it, and at the same time having a few martinis to lighten the load. So everybody out there who watches the show regularly knows that JT is known to throw back a couple of cold ones. Now, the governor and the mayor here, they're saying, my buddies Keith and Dan from Max Public House, where I am, they can't open their pub no more. They got to abide by the rules. They're breaking the law. First of all, let me be clear. The edicts put out by Don Cuomo Leone are not laws, okay? Just so everyone understands that. Little schoolhouse rock here for you. Laws in America are passed by the state legislatures. Okay, we have the Assembly in New York and we have the Senate. For those of you watching at home, the Democrats control both houses here in New York, okay? But we got a couple of huge fighters on our side. Michael Cusick, Democrat Assemblyman from Staten Island, has been trying to help the guys from Max square things away with the sheriff. That's not going very well. Andrew Lanza, Republican, one of the highest ranking members of the New York State Senate, he was here to try to help me and the guys from Max. They almost threw him in cuffs. So craziness is happening. And you ask yourself, not here. You see the woman crying in California at the Pineapple Hill Saloon. I'm trying to reach out to her. You see the guy in Michigan. If you want to open your business, reach out to me, JT at liquidlunchtv.com. But I think this quote from the other press conference the other day talks about what people are facing all around this country. When you try to stand up for liberty and freedom and raise your voice to the king. Makes sense to regular people. And we find out now that the first guy to stand up to the tyrants gets crushed. De Blasio and now Cuomo have told the people of Staten Island, New York City, and the country that if you speak up to the emperor, you get crushed. In the last week, just to give you a timeline, Lou Gelomino, one of the finest criminal defense attorneys around, and Mark Fonte, who represent Dan and Max Pub. Lou was charged with a misdemeanor for trying to be a lawyer. Our political leaders came here to try to stand up for the guys and the restaurants and the movement, and Andrew Lanza was nearly handcuffed in front of Max Pub for trying to stand with the people. The other night, we found out that it was a political ambush. More details will come your way on what's happened. But it's a tale of two cities. Walmart just announced they're paying $700 million in bonuses, and Staten Island restaurant owners are getting arrested 2 times in a week for trying to make $100. And seriously, you know, I wrote that stuff and came up with it from my heart, but it's so true. And I mean, history tells us history is repeating itself right here in New York. We're seeing literally the actions of a king who does not like to see the uprising of the peasants. Okay, so the peasants continue to uprise. I'm one of them. I hope many, many more of you will join us and open your damn business, because that's what needs to happen across this country. Joe Biden's already coming out, and God forbid he wins. I still hold out hope that we're going to stop the steal. But Joe Biden said he's going to automatically come out with a federal mask mandate. This is a complete elimination of our rights. We have constitutional rights to have our own freedoms and liberties, and not have another king appointed. Especially here in New York, we'll have King Biden or King Kamala any day. Then we'll have King Cuomo, and then we'll have King de Blasio, and it starts to get like, man, are we really in America? Now, I'm going to break some huge news here in the next hour. I'm waiting for a signed document right now. But I want to show you, I was an eyewitness to almost all of this alleged arrest here in New York. The governor and the mayor send this group of sheriffs down here. They're completely untrained to do arrests in the street. They have 20 people here to take the guy down, and somehow or another he evades them all and gets to his car. He's scared for his life. He's been getting death threats from all kinds of people, including Antifa folks who were here last week throwing bottles at the front of the place. He's walking to his car at midnight, and people come out and say, yo, yo, yo. They're calling out his name. They don't say anything. They don't identify as police. I'm going to be able to prove that to you before the end of this show today with concrete evidence that the sheriff of New York City is lying to the press. And I wonder if the press knows they're being lied to. I don't know. But we're told here in New York that the goon squad that Cuomo and de Blasio sent down, someone there got run over by a car and had 2 broken legs. So now I'm going to show you some exclusive video that no one's seen. Only I have it. Okay. Here are the 2 officers that confronted Dan Presti in the street just after he tried to get away from the attackers who he thought were trying to kill him. Watch the 2 officers at the end come running into the picture and ask yourself, does someone there have 2 broken legs? Take a look at this.
JT, so I have you in a